All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming again with a message. And it's just a message to say it's time to talk. Sister Deborah is going to talk about several things. First and foremost, I want to first give the Most High Yah all glory and all honor, all praise. All because of who He is, what He is, who He was, who He's going to be. He's entitled to all of our praise, our honor, and our glory. He is entitled to that. I think about how He has orchestrated things on the earth today and the things of tomorrow as well. I think about how everything is taking place in this day. The main thing that I see is it's like the people are in a mindset to where they don't see what's going on. Surely the Most High Yah has something to do with that. He had something to do with that. This still need be according to His will. Because the more and more I look at it, and I look at a country that is said to come down, to fall down, and from the level in which I could see, it's down. It might not be down to the debris, because what I believe is that part is the part that people are going to feel. But I believe this country, without a doubt, is down. And I sit back and I think about how heavens has orchestrated the beginning to the end. Even this very day that we're in, it's going according to the plan. And the plan is the country has fallen. But the other part of the falling is for the people. Because the part of the country that has fallen, I notice that the people can't even see that this is not a United Snakes of America. This is not even their United States of America. This is not old good old America anymore. It never was. It was always loaded with wicked and evil and darkness. This was the place where Satan reside. This is where his seat is at. So when you look back over time and you see all the things that a people has done throughout time, how dare them themselves call this a place great old America? Make America great again. What is going on in a person or in a people mindset to even consider or think that this country was great after its history that has been before them all these hundreds of years? But yet, today they stand as if nothing has happened and nothing is going on. Are they starting to realize some things? Yes. Yes, they are. But it's taking them still into the darkness. That's what puzzled me. How is it that they're still in it and it's taking them into darkness? How could that be? How could they continue to see what is taking place, but yet they walking straight in it like it's the light? They don't see nothing going wrong. They don't see nothing wicked, evil. They don't see nothing that's unjust, unrighteous. They don't see nothing. And you know what, y'all? This is a people. It's not a religion. It is a people I'm speaking of. It is a people. I know that it was said a people were going to have a perpetual hate. That perpetual hate is so rooted in a people to the point they can't even see the hate that is hanging on to their mind and their heart. And this is the reason why they can't see nothing wrong. Because to see something wrong, they would still have to point they would have to point a finger at themselves. They would have to question themselves. They would have to doubt themselves. So to keep from doing that, they continue to tell themselves that this country is a great country, because they really think that it has been great for them. It has been great to them. No, they just gave you a little piece of what it's like to be the head. They never told you the end game was for you to be the tail. See, that's what they didn't explain to them. They felt, and even to today, that, hey, the head is what we were, it's what we are, and it's what we're going to be. They are not even measuring anything that's actually taking place. As I see from the wilderness, and I'm looking at everything that the system of this country has done. And I'm including the clown, Trump. Trump has never been smart. He has never been smart. He's a puppet that's working for the Jesuits and those who are pulling he's like this here, and they pulling the strings, and he's like this. He doing and saying everything they have him to say and do. He has no authority and no power. I'm going to tell y'all something. In this country, they told the people that the court told him they had to give the people their SNAP, or a partial of it, or whatever. That is people cannot see the game that's being played on them. That's a game they playing, you guys. If he is doing something he should not be doing, and you are in this country making these decisions to override what he's doing, you don't say give the people portion. You don't still let the ball be in his hand. If you that power that's supposed to rule over him, somewhere there's a greater power than the court system, the judge, and Donald Trump. And that's what make, to me, the people in this country the dumbest people in the world. I think Judah is the dumbest in his nation, but they're the dumbest in the world. And Judah is riding side by side with him. They are dumb. Can I say they dumb? Yes, I can. Because if you had them to see what's a little bit of what's going on, then yeah, these people can't see none of it. Could the strong delusion be on them? Yes, because they dumb. So he said, since they already dumb, let me give them some dumb juice, some juice that they ain't gonna come out of their dumbness. And they're not. Because with the strong delusion, juice or not, they still are dumb people. They had no idea of this system that rules this world, this country. They had no idea. Why? Because they thought they were so smart to the point they gonna realize we were the dumb ones. They thought they had a certain people in captivity and in slavery. They had no idea you have been in slavery. Ivan X broke it down to y'all. Even doing taxes. There are things that this country system been doing to all people in this country. And it didn't separate any of them by race when it come down to the government system. It was across the board. And it was, and it is still a form of slavery. Because you're laboring to get something. And they taking everything from you before you get it. And then at the end of the year. And then they have the audacity in the churches to tell you, make sure you pay your tax. Don't be robbing the IRS. Don't be IRS been robbing since they started. They too work for the system. Their whole idea of working for the system is to make sure that the people are taken advantage of because they work for the system. While you thinking I really do owe this, so I really need to, they right. That's how people look at IRS. Not understanding IRS is a system. IRS is owned by the government system. Not owned as far as owned, but the IRS work, labor for the system in which I speak it. That same system got everybody in captivity. But by some thinking they were smarter than others and that they were more human than others, they gonna get the tail end because they thought that really we are the head. But they're gonna find out it's time for you to be the tail, to feel what it's like fully being the tail. That's a part of bringing Babylon down. Babylon already down. Babylon don't own this country. You see? That's one thing. The United States does not own this country. And the power that rules this country. And Babylon has already fallen. Now they got to bring the people down. That's what's going to be powerful, y'all. It ain't going to be hard. It's going to be simple and easy. I heard individuals trying to teach about the COVID shot and what all is detailed in it. I try to tell y'all they shot in it. It carries also DNA. And the people don't even know what they shot up in them. And they don't care to know. That's how far gone the people are. When I say Babylon is already falling, that's how far gone the people are. No one cares about this artificial food that they're putting out on the market, making you think it's beef and chicken. I know Chick-fil-A has gone. They have turned into that artificial chicken. That's not real Chick-fil-A, y'all. And you know who else? Cain. Cain is not real chicken. That's that grown in a lab chicken. You see? And you go into places and you see everything you pick up is going to be bioengineered. They are putting stuff in any and everything you put in your mouth to put in your body. The pharmaceuticals getting you one way for your health to bring it down from head to toe. So how can you win in this country where you thinking you better than somebody else and they doing you the same as they doing the one you think you are more human than? They doing them the same way. They doing you the same way, except for you thinking, because your nation had been the head, you thinking that it's going to remain the head. You ain't even got no head. It's gone. They have been cuckoo clock for quite a long time. And I'm telling you years. They can't see nothing this system is doing. That's why they run out and they get it tied up with all this politics. Because it helps them feel like they back to normal. And they're too ignorant to even see you'll never get back to normal. Not you, not your wife, not your husband, not your mama, not your daddy, not your children, not your grandchildren, not your great-great-grandchildren, not your nothing. It's going to get back to normal. And I say that to everyone. Even those that are in the body of Hamashiach. Understand this message because this is what you need to put out in this day. Not the message that he's going to restore Babylon. All things going to get better. We just need to do this and do this. No, it ain't going to get better. No matter what you do. And you cannot be in the body of Hamashiach thinking you can work the things out for the world to make it better for them. 99.9 does that. Those that are in the body of Hamashiach, they're working more on the outside of the body of Hamashiach than they're working on the inside. Be careful. You be left on the outside. Because their mindset is there, y'all. They really believe that they can make a difference on the outside of the body of Hamashiach. Because they ain't doing no work for Yah on the inside. They just figured, hey, I'm in and I don't have to do nothing. Just sit here. But they don't understand. You better not make sure because you ain't going to be able to. Because people today is on the outside saying they on the inside. They are the people. They are full of the Holy Spirit. So be careful thinking that you can make it better for the outside. And you ain't doing no work on the inside of the body, Hamashiach. But you so busy trying to make it better for those on the outside. Only thing we need to be doing on the outside is convincing a people that they are a people, their identity. You can't even convince them to come in. You can't convince them nothing but that they are the people, their nation, who they are. And hope that if they know who they are, in your process of teaching them who or informing them of who they are, it's impossible for you not to know them not to hear who Yah is. Because you ain't going to be able to wrap them around who they are without telling them who Yah is. You ain't going to be able to cut into them telling them who they are without cutting in them telling them who Yah is. Who he was. Who he is going to be. First and foremost. You see? So in this that I'm seeing from the level of where I'm being taught, going back to the strong delusion. But then he spoke to me, don't forget, Deborah, like the days of Noah. Don't forget, like the days of Lot. This is what people are messing up at, he says, because they took that and threw it away. They didn't focus on What does that mean? It's going to be like the days of Noah. What does that mean? It's going to be like the days of Lot. It means something was going on with the who? People. He ain't talking about the earth as far as the ground. He's talking about the people in the days of Noah, in the days of Lot. He's talking about the people. And that is one place that everybody runs from. They just want to run to Noah in the ark. Or it's going to rain and it's going to end. No. Back that thing up and land that thing down right. It's going to be like that day. What is going to be like that day? The people are going to be that way. You can't take the rain and the flood and the ark and Noah. No. It's about understanding what the people were doing then. It's about what the people were doing back in Lot's time. He even gave you somewhat of what people are going to be doing, enjoying their living by eating, buying, feasting, marrying, planting, all kind of things that has nothing to do with who you are on the inside. That's showing you people are not going to be about their spiritual man. They're going to be about their fleshly man. See, that's what I'm saying to you. This is why nobody can teach it. If you're not full of the Ruach of the Most High, Yah. Because you're missing the whole thing of what he was saying. Why is it Yeshua is speaking of two time periods where everything was destroyed? Because he's letting you know, likewise, Deborah, tell him, likewise is today. I went in and trying to find out about the heart and heart in this end day. And yes, going to be watch hard. That means you're not going to have no mercy, no sympathy, no compassion, no give or gave, no nothing. That's where they messed up at. And they messed up enough to where Sister Deborah can already see it from the wilderness. People are in what you call total dumb city here. Because those days that he said was going to be like the days of Lot, y'all missing it. He ain't talking about the ground, the sun, the moon, the stars. He's talking about the things that were taking place and what the people were doing. First and foremost, he said in the day of Lot and in the day of Noah, in this end day, that's how it's going to be. People going to be caught up in one direction and they all going to be going in that same direction. Like until the day of Lot, like until the day of Noah. And he was making sure I understand what I understood. And that was, it's not something that's happening to everything else. And that's why they come running talking about the giants. No, you don't hear nothing else about that. But they try to blame everything outside of man. And that's what Yah said. In Genesis 6, chapter 1, it speak of men. What they were doing. Who else? The days of Noah, it speak of who? Men. What they were doing. And we want to go on believing in this day, oh, it's, everybody doing this, the kids, the wives, and everybody doing, nope. You're getting off of focus. The ideal of the day of Noah is you got to take it to the first verse and understand what he said and who is he saying it about. See, that's where you messed up at. Same way in Noah. You got to take it to at the beginning of what he said. And what is he saying it, or who is he saying it about? Men. men on both ends. Were all people minds gone? Yes. But you got to also think the main focus in both of those time periods were men, how they were conducting themselves. That's what I was telling y'all. They got away with it again. The ball always dropped, and they getting away with it again today. But guess what? They're not really getting away with it, because guess what? The head is going to be the tail, and the tail is going to be the head. All of that unjust, that unrighteous, that wicked and evil, that darkness that has gotten away with everything, it's about to get a taste of its own thought pattern, its own way of conducting itself, its own way of feeling. They're going to feel what it's like to be the tail. They're going to feel this thing. You see? Because it's going to be flipped over to where they're going to be the tail and not the head. So they're going to get a taste of their whole mindset, their whole feelings and their thought. They're going to get a taste of what it's like to be hated. They're going to get a taste of what it's like to be wicked and evil toward others. Now it's going to be applied to you. You see? Why? Because they have gotten away with it to the point of 2025, and they still think they're pulling the wool over the Most High Yah head. So what do? He come out showing up and showing out, and that's what he's doing. So I sit back and I know that there's two. Babylon the Great has fallen. There got to be two falls. So what is actually taking place, the land itself has fallen into the hand of someone else, okay? And they're ruling it, this ground. Now the people have to fall. The people cannot see that Donald Trump is destroying this country from the inside. He's not destroying this country from the outside. He's destroying it from the inside. The people in this country had no idea that when he was talking about the taxes for these different countries and Mexico and UK and China, he was only speaking of you. Like I've told y'all, it didn't have anything to do with China raising prices with China, raising taxes with Mexico, raising prices with UK. It was to bring prices up for the United Snakes of America. How they did it? Simple and easy. And they did it right in their faces. And they're still running around here and saying, Greater America. Donald Trump has closed the government system here, but got the system open, sending money everywhere else outside of the country. And the people in this country standing around looking stupid, saying, Great America. See how stupid? If you can't see how dumb that is for a country to sit back and watch their system bring them down to the debris, and they still hollering Great Old America, Donald Trump. They still hollering Republicans and Democratic. And you are falling. It's just time you're going to bump your head now. That means you're about to feel the impact. Sister Deborah, I already felt it. Because in order for me to see it, I had to feel that thing. I see it just as clear. And it confused me because I'm like, said, wait a minute, it's clearly seen. This is not something that's just seen in the spirit realm. I can see it in full force in the natural. What is it that's going on where no one is moving or saying anything? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing that has taken place in this country. And it's taking place today that Sister Deborah didn't give y'all information behind what was taking place. But still, it doesn't matter how much information Sister Deborah pour out. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change one thing. It's not. But it would give the body of Hamashiach more to go on, more to hold on to. And they can understand things now, why these things need be. But if you sit here and you wait for this world and the people to really get something, you can hang it up. It's over. They're not going to get it. And the thing about it, it wasn't created for them to get it in this day. Only part they are to get is the fall. And that's the second fall. Because they sure ain't got the first one. To see the system and what everything this system is doing and how they use it, Donald Trump, to bring this country down. Now, Sister Deborah have heard several of them talk about Donald Trump is bringing this country down. Yes, but they don't understand how down this country really is. It's gone. So it's time for you to hit the dirt in which you come from. It's time. Because it's really gone. Even though we look at everything and we thinking, oh, everything is dandy and good because everything good with me here. I can say that too. But the truth of the matter, I know it's already gone. It's finished. The debris is the people. Now it's time for them to fall. And that's what they're going to work on. They working extra hard with the food. They shooting the animals, the cows, the goats, the pigs, the chickens. They giving them and feeding them. They giving them chemicals and they feeding them chemicals. So no matter what, we so used to having all these things to the point where we act like we can't do without them. So guess what? You got it now. They putting all kind of things into the food. The water, oh, people who run around here getting this bottled water, all of it, I'm telling you, they're tampering with it as well. They just tampering with everything and they're trying to get it where the people can fall and the population can decrease. And they know it works. So I think the next idea is to bring another pestilence, as it has been said. It has to happen because it has been said. So at any time they can bring out that to help increase the speed of the population, to get it to lower. You see, people are still dying by great numbers due to this COVID shot. Great numbers. And they will not post it. They rule the media. They will not post that these people are falling dead. But you hear several doctors and a couple of scientists telling you people are falling dead by numbers. But you think these people in this country could care less? They still saying great old America want to hold their flag up. They still stuck on what I call a full-blown stupid. But that's okay. They're going to need to be stupid or something. Because it's going to affect the people. The first fall is the country itself. It has already fallen. Now the people have to feel this thing. They're going to have to feel the second fall. And then it's over. You see? So they're working really hard. I believe they're working hard on making sure they do something with the people. Get the population as low as possible. So after then they can control it and they can rule it. A lot of people be thinking that everything is coming out of this country as far as the Antichrist and the beast and so on and so on. You have to think, y'all, if he's going to destroy this country, okay, wouldn't it be smarter that certain things come from another direction? It would. But if it's coming from within, It's coming from within, because I believe the one that plays a big role is on the outside of Babylon and on the inside. This individual can play both sides. Obama can play both sides because he's somewhere in there for a purpose of bringing this country down as far as the people. People are sitting and waiting for vote, Democrat and Republicans, those sort of things. And like I did a video, get your real house in order. And because people are really into this politics really heavy. They're thinking the more I know about this politics, the more I'm going to be ready for whatever. No, baby, if you ain't ready from the inside, you ain't gonna be ready on the outside. How about that? How about that? Because if your spirit man is not ready with Yah, you ain't gonna ever be ready. You're gonna think you ready. You're gonna say you ready. You're gonna feel you ready on your outside in your flesh. But the reality of being ready is first being ready within. That you can teach, your spirit can teach your flesh how to fall in line with what is within that's already ready. Okay? Because greater is he that's in than he that's out. So, hey, if you ain't ready from the inside, you can hang it up thinking you're going to get ready on the outside and then the inside. It don't rumble that way. But people feel good thinking the way that they think, feeling the way that they feel, because they really believe that's the key to it all. And it's as far as the South is to the North. It has no connection to anything righteous. Okay, so back to Donald Trump and the country and what they're doing and they're continue to do. I sit back and I'm watching it and I'm saying to the Father, how is it that they can't feel, the people can't feel it? And more it goes back to strong delusion. He allowed them to believe their own lies. And since everybody is looking for that great white hope to come and save America, guess what? They're going to be in for a rude awakening. Because ain't no great white hope coming to save America. America been wicked, evil, and has destroyed, has killed, has taken, has robbed, all kind of things this country has done. But yet the people still want it to be great again. How dare you? How dare you? How could you be worried about a country being great, but don't have he that is greater in you than he that is in the country and the world? They ain't even trying to get their inner man right. They ain't trying to get their spirit lining up with the Most High Yah. You see? They don't, and they go to these Christian churches and these Catholic churches, and they go to all these other places of worship, and they are far away. Even the Hebrew Israelites, they are far away from the real place of worship, and that's where Yah abide. They are far away from that, but yet they tell themselves, "I'm in there. I got the key to the kingdom. I know I'm going. I'm Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And likewise, I'm a Christian. I'm a good Christian. I'm a good Catholic. You see, I'm a Muslim." You know, everybody wants to put all those other names above the name of who the Creator represents. So they want to throw in all they side names, and then in the end game, they want to go around and then want to look for the one that created all things. It ain't gonna work. It didn't work in the days of Noah. It didn't work in the days of Lot. And it ain't going to work in this day and time. What you're about to feel and understand is who you serve. And you're going to serve that which you serve. All the way into the end. Whether you sleep or you hear when he come to take heading to the Mount Zion, to the promised land, either or. You better understand what you understand. And all this crazy understanding in this world ain't gonna get it. Okay? So again, it's a lot of things I'm beholding. It's a lot of things I'm watching. And I'm like, and you know where I'm wrong at? Is thinking that there's going to be some sort of betterness. Not like getting better, but some sort of time, not time, but it's something in there that's going to get a little bit better. And I'm not speaking of outside of what is supposed to be worse, but I'm speaking of it's a feeling, and it could be my hope of tomorrow, my hope of the promise. That could be it. But you by you being a living prophet and not a dead one, you can really say, because you're in this day, and the Father is giving you information to know the things that you're knowing. He's teaching you from that end of who He is. So therefore, you see these things, you feel these things, and you beholding these things from the spiritual level to the natural level, and then from the natural level, saluting the spiritual level, from blessing you to understand it in the natural as well as in the spirit. So when you look at it like that, then you're sitting back and you're trying to figure out, well, why ain't everybody else? You be wanting everybody else to kind of see what you're seeing and what's being shown to you, but I have to realize, being on this devil platform, the things that Yah has revealed to me, I have not heard. I'm telling y'all, I have not heard on this devil platform within the 7 years. Nobody even go near what I have spoke about. That makes me feel that the gate is narrow. Don't ever think that it's gonna open up. No, it ain't. It's gonna stay narrow. Because if Sister Deborah, say I've been on here for 7 years and I have not heard no one cover the topics in which I have spoken about, it makes you feel that, wait a minute, is this the way Yah created it? That you don't hear no one teaching it, you don't hear no one speaking it, you don't hear no one how would I say expounding on it to the point where people are getting it? No. Because it's somewhere it ain't meant for the people like people say it is for them. It's somewhere the ball being dropped. It was supposed to be dropped, and it was going to stay where it's at. And it's out of the information that where the ball was dropped in the end days, these things are going to come out of darkness, but it's not coming out to change a people. It ain't coming to make the crooked straight. You see what I'm saying? It's not coming to do that. It's coming to bring truth out of light. Okay? So that the body of Hamashiach can see that the light override the darkness anytime, every time, all the time. We as in the body of Hamashiach, when we see that light coming out that darkness like that, that's a sign for us in the body of Hamashiach to understand that light is always greater than darkness. And no matter how far down deep the light might rest, in this day and time, it's going to be poured up right in out of the midst of this darkness. It's going to pour up, and it's going to stand as if it's been standing all this time. It ain't worried about who gonna get it. Oh, did they get it? Or do they understand it? No. It ain't coming. Light ain't coming to give you that type of thing anymore. Those days are over. It's coming for you can see the power, the miracle of the fact. It's a miracle that the ball can be dropped back in Genesis or back in the old before Genesis. And here it is today, shining light like it ain't never been hidden, as if it's been shining all this time. That's what the light is coming to do. It ain't coming to make the crooked straight, or the straight crooked. It's coming to just bring spirit and truth out of darkness, the light out of darkness. Okay. We are coming up on many things. I was telling someone the other day about the season. I have spoken about that several times, and the spirit was dealing with me while I was talking to this individual about the season. And the reason why I was on the season a couple of days ago is because to think of the seasons being put there just for our emotional feelings, for our flesh. He gave us those 4 seasons so our flesh can enjoy it. And because our flesh is so wicked and evil, it don't enjoy the things that Yah has prepared for it. You know? And when you think of the 4 seasons, this is the reason why darkness decided to put holidays surrounding these 4 seasons, so that we can be more, so that people emotions can target in on the holidays instead of the seasons. See, the seasons were put there for us, and it plays a big role in our feelings and in our emotions. It really does. It allows us to see the creation of Yah switching from hot to cold to warm to things all living, green and beautiful and colorful, to everything dead and still yet holding on, waiting for the next season. When we see the 4 seasons that way, we see the power of Yah. This is how you have seen Yah face to face, is when you're able to recognize and see his power. You see, because a lot of people didn't know his power is him and he is his power. That's what Jacob was saying. I seen him face to face. Why? Because his power showed up for him. You see? So I say unto you, the seasons were put there. I don't know if you all know that during the fall season, going into the winter season is the most emotional time of the whole year. Why? Because people feelings and emotions are so detached to the season based on the holidays. And not so much is based on how Yah created them to cause you to have feelings and emotions based on one season turning into the next season, turning into the next season. If we would have took it the way Yah created it, then we wouldn't have a lot of suicides during this time, a lot of killing during this time, a lot of sadness during this time, and a lot of sickness, depression, stress during this time, because man took these seasons which Yah gave to us to enjoy and feel them each season as it turn in and pick up the next season. But what they did is they hook holidays on it. Okay. And then for that reason, it caused people to look forward to the holidays. And what was the holidays brought forth for? Spending what? Your hard labor, money. You're giving it back to the system. You see what I'm saying? Everything is all about taking it from you and handing it back to the system. So when you get people who are their mood swings and their feelings are caught up in this here seasonal time, fall turning into winter, it's like it began to affect them, because it's now family gathering and family coming together, and people are supposed to be caring for one another. People are supposed to be, quote, loving one another. People are supposed to be in one unity during this season. This is why you know that when they hooked the holidays onto these seasons, that it took away the true purpose of those seasons that Yah had given us. And we use them now for the way that man has hung different holidays onto each season. And some season have two holidays. So it's just showing you how people haven't seen family. And my thing, I always had a thing about, just talking to people during these seasons. And I learned that, oh, y'all don't know how these people be in. I mean, the feeling of, they feel abandoned, they feel stress. Oh, depression is at its highest during this season, y'all. People are lonely. People are feeling not what they call love. People are feeling alone, empty. All these, and they feel that it's supposed to be such a great holiday, but yet, how is it that more suicides take place during this time? More depression takes place. More murdering takes place. Why? It's because the world has hooked so much on these seasons and has taken the season that into the fall, going into the winter. These seasons they hung family gatherings toward these seasons, and then they hung spending along with it, and people giving, and people getting, and people are gathering together and eating, and so it interfered with people who don't have family, and have a lot of them have family, but they ain't seen them in so many years. You see, to where these things affect them so heavy during the fall, going into the winter year, and then into the winter year, it bothers them. It really does. If you only knew how it affect them, because this is just like they took the rainbow and they made it something about something else. Well, would you believe that's how they did the seasons? They took the season and they hung the funds. I mean, not the funds, the holidays on the seasons. And you notice that all of these main holidays take place where it's heavy spending from Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. 4. Just imagine the 4. And what happens at the beginning of the year? They can take, now you done spent up your taxes already before you even filed them. You see what I'm saying? It's you going into the first of the year already have spent so much in the last 3 months or 4 months of that season, and then you're using your tax to get back on track. You see how they did it? You see? But what we did as human beings, and how wrong we were, we took the 4 seasons and never embraced the 4 seasons as something from Yah to us. We never embraced it like that. We took it the way the system had hung it up for us. And we never accepted it the way that the Father had given it to us. So this is, and if you ever, now what many of you all don't need to do that, but I'm just saying it to you from what I know for a fact, because I have actually spoken with people, and at the places that I worked, I end up dealing with people during these seasons, and saw suicide at its highest, and depression at its highest. Okay, people just so in such a time where they didn't hung these holidays, and you would think it'd be really for real a good time of the year. It's not, child. It's good to you because you have what it takes to go into that year and just have your good time for you and yours. But the majority people, I'm telling you, I give you 50%. It's the opposite. A lot of it stresses them out because they feel, okay, this is the holiday, this is the this is this day, this day. We're going to spend. And when it all said and done, a lot of people get in debt because they thinking, okay, this is the season and I spend this. And they end up spending more than they even have. You see what I'm saying? But they just figure comes once a year, and I want to make sure my family and friends and my children and everybody is okay. And no, the body of Hamashiach has to recognize, they don't have to, should be able to recognize the fourth season and see it for what Yah created it for. Okay? And a lot of knowing now that we are, those whose eyes are open to know that you are the Hebrew Israelites, a lot of the Hebrew Israelites would even take these holidays and they would make sure they do a whole bunch of videos saying that it's pagan holidays, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. Every day is a day that Yah has made. Okay? And because we fail to embrace the season, we think that the world owns the days and the holidays. They don't. Every day is the day that Yah has given us, not the world. Okay? We do what we want to do as long as Yah is in the center of it, on the left, on the right, in the front, and in the back. Long as he's in the center, the front, the back, and every side, that's all that matters. That is all that matters. You see? And that's the thing. That's why I don't do Christmas with my family, nor with my immediate family. Not my immediate family, with my mom and everybody, sisters and all of them. Nor Christmas is because they make it about everything outside of Yah. If we would have took the seasons and be grateful and thankful for the season itself, that Yah is taking us from one season to the next one. Oh, we praise you for that because he gave it to us to enjoy. We can't give him thanks for it. We can't praise him. All because man hung holidays onto the seasons so that they can make money. You see how they did all that? So during this time, a lot of people get really caught up in the holiday mindset instead of the seasons. Yah gave the seasons to us. We can enjoy the season itself. And if we enjoy it the right way, just put Yah in the center. Put him on the left, put him on the right, put him in the front and in the back. Stand down. You see, because a lot of people want to make everything about the way the world sees it. No, you make it the way you understand it. Understanding the seasons and where they come from. That the man don't own that. And he can't control the day that Yah has given us. We got to understand that's who control that. The day Yah has given us. Can you hang Christmas on a day as if the system created that day? No, they didn't create the day. It's still the day that Yah has made. It's still the season Yah has made. See, when it all finished and it's all said and done, you still got to you have to bring everything in line and back where it needs to be. And then you can take it from there. Don't let nobody tell you how to do anything when it comes down to these days in these seasons. Tell them to kick rocks. Go your way. Okay? And even when you think about all that the Most High Yah has done and all of his creation, you would even want to just glorify him regarding it. When you really, really feel that thing, let me just say it like that. I just got to say it like that. You begin to thank him for it. And it makes sense. It makes more sense when you really get it and see that this is seasons he has created. No man ain't create this, so they can't rule this. No matter what they stick on these seasons, they can't rule this. But you can, knowing the truth. And just celebrating that alone, with knowing the truth alone, is worth celebrating. Okay, so Sister Deborah is going to how would I say, what else can I talk about here? It's I did talk about how the things that's actually taking place in this country. It's all these wars that they these fight. This country is sick. The people. When I say the country, it's not the ground. It's the people. Don't think that all these wars that they're saying, every time y'all turn around, y'all haven't seen they kind of out of control with that war. This war here, out of control. It's no war. What they doing over there in Palestine, they just murdering people. And the stupid people in the United States clapping, saying that we support Israel, murdering. But see, that's what this country is. That's just who this country is. Always was like that. This is what this great old America is about. They have always been kill, steal, and destroy. They murder and they take. But yet, they think they are the people of Yah. The United States, they have turned everything Yah has turned righteous. They have turned unrighteous. And they have the audacity to think that they're entitled to continue living out this way, the way of their wicked, evil, hateful, perpetual heart mindset. They might as well get ready to be the tail, because the way the tail gonna pull in, it's gonna be painful. It ain't gonna be the tail just flipping from the head. It's gonna be very, 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 very painful. Very painful. Very hurting. Heartbreaking. So Sister Deborah is going to stop here and kind of pretty much turn in for this evening. And I'm really drained. So much is going on. So much is going on. So much need to be done. And it's almost like you don't have enough time in the day to just get things done. But I want to say I appreciate you all in the live, but I forgot I didn't go live, which I was planning on, but I just wanted to give a word. But I tell you what, I will be back tomorrow morning with a message, okay? And I say you all enjoy your evening. Shalom and shalom. Sister Deborah is slipping. She's sleepy. Shalom.